Hello folks, the great Matt Geib here from MLM Success Skills Anyone Can Master. And the last week I started a series, I believe this will be about the third video, on a book that I've been reading, Rules for the New MLMer, Rules for the New MLMer by Klaver. And I've been reading out of chapter 12, the 5 worst things you can say to a good prospect. The five worst things you can say to a prospect. And we're on point number 4. We've covered the first 3 points, so I'm going to get right into it. What is the 4th worst thing, or one of the point number 4? What is that? And we're going to read that. Ours. This is the best deal, company, pay plan, management, you name it, in the history of the world out there. This is the best deal, company, pay plan, management, you name it, in the history of the world out there. To utter these kind of words with any credibility, shouldn't the speaker have personally done every deal, been in every company, tried every product, or met and worked with every management team out there? How else could anyone even offer an opinion like this? How many who say this do you think are qualified to say it? Actually, isn't number 4, this point, just a silly thing to say? That is what every company says about themselves. And what would you expect them to say? Who cares? Saying something different than this point has wonderful consequences. Think of Avis, who had the worldwide famous slogan, "We try harder because we're number 2." That's made them a household name in America and a favorite because America loves an underdog. Even when people do try the very same things, they have different reactions, don't they? Say 3 people try 5 different hamburger joints. Chances are that each one of them would give a different opinion as to which one is their first choice. Depends on your tastes, yes? Is everything or anything the best for everyone? Experiences tell us something else. For example, Rolls Royces are for people with money who enjoy flaunting it. Not all people with money, but those of them that like to show it. Sam Walton, the richest man in the world for quite some time not long ago, always drove a 10-year-old truck, even then, when he drove it as the richest man in the world, according to Forbes magazine. So, even just here within this single elite class of the very rich, we see differences in preference. Nothing is best for everyone. No one would want that except the owners of the supposed best thing, best belief, or best way. Best in the world for everyone is the same thing religious zealots preach. They too say their deal is the best in the history of the world. But isn't it based mostly on faith? A very strong feeling of certainty someone has? And doesn't a person's faith depend largely on where they live, how they were brought up, whom they've been exposed to in life, and what's happened to them? So she's talking about religion, that it's actually, some people thought it was the greatest thing. Certain religions that had even brought on the Great Crusades. We all know about that, don't they? Because somebody thought their deal was the best in the world. And then she ends up and she says here, the people you want to attract know better than to buy this line, that ours is the best deal, company, pay plan, management, you name it, in the history of the world, for you and everyone in the world, just because someone else says it or believes it. You know, the good people out there know better than to believe that line, don't they? People prefer choice, and choice is what they will have or create depending on the way they are and what they think is important. Surprisingly, when marketing anything, the more narrow, specific, limiting your stated audience is, the more people seem to flock to it. Think Harvard. Thousands of applications for each student admitted. Now, how would you market Harvard? A place for people who question. You fill it in. Would it be for everyone? Or just people who blah, 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 and probably blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah? Same here. X is for the people who you fill in the blank. And the more narrow and specific, we're talking again about target marketing, we talked about that the other day. The more specific or targeted the market, the better it attracts the people and hordes of others who wouldn't qualify, but who can't resist. So that's the fourth point. That, you know, your deal, pay plan, product is best for everyone. Is it? I don't think so. So that is point number 4 of this great chapter, the 5 worst things you can say to a good prospect. Rules for the new MLMer. Be blessed and have a great day.